first time we've actually had the Buddhists hosting the service, and the first time many of them have been in this wonderful building. I thought I'd just explain to you a little bit about the building, because indeed myself, even though I'm the ward councillor, as is my friend Mark Page for this area, I knew little about it until a few months ago. It was originally part of the church assembly for St. Marylebone Parish Church, and peculiarly, this part where you're sitting now is actually Westminster rather than Camden. So we have a little bit which is only Westminster, which is rather nice on this side of the road. It was desanctified about 50 years ago and then fell into a terrible state of repair, but then several people occupied it over that period and really didn't do much to it. But we are extremely grateful tonight for the person who now has a long lease on it, and you'll notice on the acknowledgements at the end of the programme the name and nature of his, at least I think it tells you, he makes perfumes and lipsticks and all sorts of wonderful things for ladies, I believe. He has carried out a massive refurbishment under the watchful eye of Westminster's planners, because this is a Grade 2 listed building. And so far he's done upstairs in this floor, and downstairs he's proposing as a members' club. But it is used quite frequently for all sorts of occasions. And you may be saying, well, why are Buddhists meeting here? The Buddhist temple in London is actually in Margaret Street, and it's an old school building, an old church school building, and it's quite small. And we decided that it might just be a little bit too tight for you to go there. Tonight, you're going to experience something that some of you will never have experienced before. And I, 3 years ago, invited the Buddhists to join in the Marylebone Service, and they have joined in every year since then. And every time people have come up and said how wonderful they are. And tonight, you're going to have some of that experience combined with other ceremonies that you won't have seen before. I hope we will have a lovely evening. We have tonight with us the leader of the City Council, Colin Barrow, and also a bevy, I was going to say, of my ward councillors with me tonight, in addition, of course, to the Lord Mayor Locum Tenens, and we're delighted to have you. In addition, the Vice Chancellor of Westminster University, amongst many other distinguished guests, and we are extremely pleased to have you with us. We have 2 judges from the Civil Justice Centre over in Park Crescent, so we will have to behave ourselves tonight, or else. And I'm just trying to our 2 principal guests, our sponsors who pay for everything, Gareth Clutton and Toby Shannon from the Howard Ward. Gareth is from the Portland State, which I mentioned earlier. I hope you will have a lovely evening, and you will have something to remember for the rest of your lives.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2009 Marylebone Service.
My name is James Sang, and this is my colleague, Celia Yong-Shin Chen. It is a great privilege to be a Masters of Ceremonies for this evening's interfaith service.
Tonight we are gathered here at number 1 Marylebone Road, such a magnificent place with a rich history to celebrate this interfaith service. We may have come from different cultures and religions, but we have a same goal, which is shared by all the great religious teachings of the world. A conviction to encourage mutual respect for diversity, for tolerance, and ultimately for a culture of world peace.
Like all the other great teachers in the history, Shakyamuni Buddha taught us something people of all backgrounds can benefit from: the art of living with harmony and generosity. Now we respectfully invite Venerable Gerald and the other Fogwan Temple Venerables to start the ceremony and make a tent offerings.
cultivation yields fruitful harvest. This is a very famous saying of Venerable Master Xingyun, the founder of Fogongshan International Buddhist Order. Now, this saying encourages us not to deny the value and the importance of self-help on our life journey.
We now respectfully invite Venerable Rule, Deputy Chief Abbess of Fogongshan in Europe and the UK, and also the Abbess of the London佛光 Temple, to make an opening speech.
Let us welcome her.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is our great honor to be invited by Councillor Dr.Harvey Marshall and the Marylebone Association to host the Marylebone Service this year. I would like to take this opportunity to give a brief description of Buddhism. The founder of Buddhism, Sakyamuni Buddha. He was born a prince in northeast India about 2,550 years ago. After trying and experimenting different approaches to find an answer to see human sufferings, he finally decided to sit and meditate under the Bodhi tree until he found the answer. The basis of the Buddha's teaching is the Four Noble Truths. They are the nature of suffering, the cause of suffering, the sensation of suffering, and the path leading to the sensation of suffering. The Buddha was a great teacher. He asked us neither to worship him nor to accept his teaching at face value. We are required to question everything until we ourselves come to realize the truth of the Buddha's teaching. Everyone has the potential to become a Buddha, but each person faces enormous obstacles which they have created themselves. The important thing is to take the first step on the way and then to keep going. I would like to finish my speech with a poem of Master Xingyun, the spring flowers, the autumn moon, summer breeze, winter snow. If useless things do not clutter your mind, you will have the best days of your life. May earnest cultivation yield fruitful harvest. Let us work together to build our future. Thank you very much.
According to legend, heavenly beings with breathtaking beauty were flying over Buddha's viewland, praising and inviting the Buddha to teach the Dharma by scattering flowers, playing instruments, and burning incense. Now tonight, you don't need to go all the way to China to see these paintings because the ladies of London佛光Dance Group will perform this special piece for you called Celestial.
Councillor Colin Barrow, Commander of the British Empire and the leader of Westminster Council, to give us a speech.
Good evening. I stand before you as a member of a minority. I'm male. Most people are 75% of the population is younger than me. I have a child with a disability. Most of the population do not. I was born in England. I am Caucasian. In Westminster, having both of these characteristics puts you in the minority. And finally, I dress up in funny clothes and make speeches. Rare indeed. We all spend much, if not all of our time in one minority or another. We all know what it feels like. So if we think for a moment, we can figure out what it feels like when we impose a majority culture, opinion or view on a minority. Sometimes it's necessary for society to function. For example, I firmly believe that we need the police to bear down on criminal and antisocial behaviour, even-handedly and regardless of differences. And we all need to pitch in and help. However, I equally firmly believe that public services need to respect their clients' moral and social norms. Sometimes an over-dominant male in a dysfunctional family is best confronted by a male social worker. Some people will have a preference as to the gender of their doctor. Being in the majority is just as complicated as being in the minority. Diversity and equalities work is therefore part of the day job and cannot be delegated or indeed carried out by people who have made diversity their profession with their formulae and statistics and measurements. Respect cannot be measured. It certainly can be felt. Need is need regardless of background. Sometimes it is right to discriminate. Sometimes it's wrong. Good public servants, good managers, good volunteers know the difference, and public institutions must back them. But if there is a simple idea which we can all embrace, it is surely this: we will treat others as we would ourselves like to be treated. Full stop. Thank you very much.
Oh Praise
mountain is high because it does not shun rocks. An ocean is great because it does not shun streams.
If we think of the ocean as world peace, and many rivers and streams as the many different religions, then world peace is like the coming together of all these different religions.
Peace is a long journey, a never-ending process. But I believe that with our determination and unity of purpose, we shall overcome these difficulties together. That's why we are here tonight, because we have faith in the interfaith service.
And now I'd like to invite Venerable Joel, Abbess of London Forum Temple, to read a prayer for world peace. And after the prayer, on behalf of the whole congregation, selected representatives will make the offering of light to world peace by laying the candles on the table.
Prayer for the world peace by Reverend Marshall CBE. We are here today sincerely praying for the peace of the world. Peace will allow us today the rumbling of wars between, the clamor of discord between people, the roar of rage in the ramping of craving, the growl of hatred among races. These sounds are like tidal waves standing against our heart. The sounds are like hurricanes pounding against our hearts. As we observe all of this, we realize that all human suffering originates from our self-conceit, prejudice, and delusions. As we contemplate all of this, we realize that all living turmoil is caused by our attachment to things, dharma, and relationships. This rebellion between different people has caused so many arguments. Discrimination between different races has caused so many disasters. Intolerance between different religions has caused many disputes. Conflict of interest between different nations has caused so much chaos and upheaval. Living in this kind of world, every day we live in fear, we know peace. Every day we live in senselessness, we know peace. We sincerely wish that in this world there will be no jealousy, only admiration, no hatred, only harmony, no greed, only generosity, no harm, only achievement. Let people of different ages live in harmony. Let people of different social status have mutual respect. Let people of different professions work in cooperations. Let people of different religions practice with tolerance. One said, the mind, the true nature, and all sentient beings are no different from one another. You, I, and others are all equal. We need to understand the selflessness, to eliminate all of our attachment of self-ordinations. We need to have the wisdom to cross the distance between self and others. We need to have the tolerance to resolve the confrontation between races. We need to have the compassion to reconcile the dispute between nations. May the light of hope illuminate the darkness of the world.